Hi guys, it's Rolf from Tesla Owners US, and when I was the last time at Gruber, there were more stories to tell, and every Roadster has its own story. Not only the one with the radiant red in space, every Roadster has a story. Some of them I saw in newspapers a long time ago, and they're coming back, and all Roadsters at the end will see the Gruber garage, the Gruber Motors company, one day or later. And that's what I'm gonna show you this time.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
So a classic example of the type of recovery work, battery recovery work we do is a car that came in from Florida. But before we get there, check out this car. This is probably the nicest example of a wheel treatment on a Tesla Roadster that we've seen. And we actually have one of these Glacier Blue cars out and back that we're restoring. And these wheels gave me inspiration what to do with that car. I think that white with Glacier Blue is a really nice treatment.
These are special wheels, right?
These are the original wheels.
The original wheels, they repainted them in white.
Yes, yeah.
That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. I have these original wheels, they are also available. I could repaint them as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the car that I was telling you about, which came in all the way from Florida, is this white Roadster. It came in a week ago, and it had declining range, which in the Roadster world means that there is a brick that is starting to die because one of those 69 cells in the brick is resistive. So by the time it got here, it had declined enough to where it was bricked. In other words, the car would no longer accept the charge from the Tesla charge port door. We quickly put it on life support. We isolated the brick. We started charging that brick back up by injecting DC voltage into the sheet, into that particular brick, and quickly put it up on the lift. In exactly 1 week, we did a battery pull. We did a sheet pull. We found the resistive cell, and by the way, this is the irony with this. Out of 6,831 lithium-ion cells in this car, it takes only one to disable the entire car. We thought we might find more. It turns out there was only one bad cell that completely disabled this car.
So now you have 680. 680.
One less. Yeah, I'm not going to do the math Sunday morning. The customer also elected, while it's here, to have the PEM upgraded. So it's got a complete set of new parts in the PEM. And this car is in test drive mode now and should be ready to go back within the next 3 days or so.
Yeah.
It's charging.
This was a turnaround from 1 week. Right.
And the reason is the customer is here for only a week and a half, 2 weeks, so we wanted to make sure that we got this fixed right away. You can see that it's now accepting a Tesla charge port charge, and the ideal range is right back to where it was before, which is 170 miles in ideal mode. Yeah, looks good. What made the critical difference with this car is that it was caught early, it was responded to quickly, it did not sit for months and continue to die, and it ended up being a very quick and simple recovery.
Yeah, that's how they have to react to it. So immediately, if there are some problems with it, contact you, maybe send the log file, and you can investigate. Right?
Exactly, yes. To introduce a medical metaphor, it's kind of like a heart patient. You don't have much time. You get oxygen loss to the brain and all that, and that's what happens to these cars, essentially. If they're responded to quickly, again, I stand by 100% recovery. That's been our experience.
So that is, I saw it about, I think it was 180 miles what I saw there now. So.
Oh, is it up to 180?
Yeah.
It will recalibrate, and if the baseline is moving up, that's a very good sign.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what we look for.
Yeah. Maybe you have to check my car as well. My car is down to 95 miles. So
But it's slowly declining, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you don't, it's not dangerous. If you start seeing 5 to 10 miles per month, then you've got, there's cause for concern. That cell is dying quicker than it should.
Okay, let's look at the gray ones. So that was a beautiful gray ones what we have there. Then you had another gray one. What was here?
This is a wrap that we can talk about.
Oh, that's the wrap?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, you don't see that wrap. So what was the original color?
Black. And I'll talk about that in the video, how you can spot the original color.
Yeah.
What is this chart? 152. All right, I'm turn this on.
152 is good.
Yeah, well, it's still charging. Now let me think of the story on this. This came to us with a battery issue. Yes, it was bricked. All right, we can start there.
Yes, let's go.
So this car came to us with a brick battery, meaning that it was not drivable anymore and it would not accept a charge from the Tesla charge port. And as we spoke earlier, that is a dangerous condition in that the decline can be rapid unless certain steps are taken. This customer was able to disconnect the service disconnect plug on the big, large ESS pack battery, which stopped any further drain on the battery. By the time it got here, we put our equipment and laptop on it, and we discovered that there was one sheet with 2 bad bricks. We ended up putting that sheet on the bench and isolated the 2 bad cells in each of those bricks.
Yeah.
Again, fortunately, both bad bricks were in one sheet, so the cost was less. It wasn't 2 sheets that needed to be repaired. This car is actually a non-factory color. It's a wrap. And the way that you can tell the original color is they generally don't wrap the whole car, and you can see that it was black originally with a gray wrap. It also has custom seat covers.
Mouse gray. Looks like
Gunmetal gray, I think they call it. It's got an upgraded audio system. You can see the little decals on the speakers. And before this car leaves, it's going to get a headlight
this is
upgrade.
also special. Yeah, the seats with the piping around that and quilted stitching there. Maybe some people recognize that car.
And then if the gray theme is something we're going to stick with, we have another local customer here with an R80 car.
Oh, that's an R80. Basically, that's an upgraded battery.
It is, yes. And this actually may be the only R80 car in the state of Arizona at this point. But this is a factory color, and then the stripes are aftermarket.
Yeah. So, and for what is that car here? Just for a PEM replacement, or?
This had a PEM upgrade about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's currently in and finished for a brake upgrade.
Yeah.
Some Roadster owners like to get better performance out of their braking system.
That's same with me. You know that I have another set of brakes on my car. Okay, and then here is this carbon version, right?
This is the 100% carbon fiber wrapped car. This originally started out as a collision damage car. It's a salvage title, and the owner decided to have a carbon fiber wrap applied over the certain body panels. And they did a pretty good job, except for the compound curves back here where they simply painted those a color comparable to carbon fiber. But you can see some of the carbon fiber accessories here. And as far as we know, this is the only carbon fiber, 100% carbon fiber Roadster in existence.
Yeah, I think at that time they had $25,000 extra for 100% carbon fiber car.
Is that right?
Yeah, this was $25,000 extra.
Did anybody actually buy one?
For a clear carbon. The only one I had a talk with a service manager, and he wanted to create carbon fiber for himself, right? So he wanted to reproduce that carbon fiber. Maybe that is the former service manager's car. Yes, he came from California. There's a California sticker on that. And he said, I'm gonna take a Roadster and make it all carbon fiber. So, and I'm gonna redo that. And that's what he talked to me, because he was the one who allowed me to have the purple in Martina's car.
Oh, okay.
So, and he had a Roadster and he wanted to make it full carbon fiber. Isn't $25,000 extra at the time you wanted to buy it.
Amazing. We could be talking about the same owner.
Yes? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was a service manager from Tesla before, let me say it like that. Mm-hmm. Actually, he was Dutch, I guess.
Off the record.
We have another California car. It's blue, but something is wrong with the hardtop, right?
So this car came to us, the carbon fiber top had begun to peel. There were blisters and chunks missing. We usually give these cars a bath before they come in the service center, and pressure washing the top, the old clear coat just came off in sheets. What we're going to do at this point is remove the remaining clear coat, compromised clear coat. There appears to have been a bond problem between the new clear coat and what was down below. And one of the ways that you can tell whether there is sufficient there's sufficient material here to re-clear coat this is by putting water on it and seeing what happens with the carbon fiber. And as you can see, a clear coat on here brings the luster back just fine. So this is one way that we can tell whether this car is or this hardtop is repairable. This was originally a very expensive option from Tesla. I believe it was up to $6,000 for a carbon fiber, 100% carbon fiber hardtop like this. Wow. So it's definitely worth restoring and protecting in the future.
Yeah. And then this car goes back to the customer as well, right?
It will, yes. Looks like we've already done the headlight peel. That's another area that the clear coat begins to peel is on the headlights.
Yeah.
And this came in as a brick car. It is now functioning, driving, and running again. So it has some cosmetic work, and then it's ready to go back to the customer.
Excellent. We like that.
This color is called electric blue.
You know what? I see from those wheels there. These are the standard wheels, but there are holes in it.
Those are custom.
They're custom wheels?
Yeah, this is a Brabus.
Ah, Brabus. Yes, they have made the Brabus ones. That's right. They put bigger wheels on it.
This car actually has an interesting story. They all do, actually. But the interesting story on this one is it was a collision damage car in the U.S. It was bought by a company in Europe. It was sent to Croatia to a body shop to have the repairs done on the driver's side quarter panel to the front. Then it came back to the United States, and it was purchased by someone here in the States. And after the recovery now, this car will be drivable again.
Yeah. I think I saw it one time at Brabus because they put bigger wheels in front and in the back. So that was actually my inspiration for, hey, I can do it for myself, for my wheels. But my wheels need to be lighter. So you can compare it. So these are the Brabus wheels. They are the custom ones. And then these are my wheels over here. So my wheels are lighter and looking better.
Let's take a look at the rim size. This is actually a 20 and a half inches tip to tip. So it is a larger wheel.
That's a large. I mean, mine is not that large. So you measure that. I think mine is 18 inch. What?
19 and a half.
19 and a half.
Rim to rim, yeah.
Yeah, they have still a little bit bigger rims. But in white looks good as well.
It does.
Actually, that Tesla red, that doesn't fit there. That red Tesla sign.
Decal? Yeah.
Okay, that was gray and radiant today.
And next month it may be a completely different color. We'll see.
All right. We not only have gray, we also have radiant red, with one of them is in space, but three of them are here. So,
as we pointed out earlier, sometimes we get certain colors. Here's a radiant red here. Here's a radiant red from Connecticut. And we have another radiant red here
there.
That just came in a week or so ago.
Yeah. So what is that one?
This one
plugged for me.
A brick battery with a dying cell, and this is actually going back up in the car now. It's been repaired. It's being put back together. This car had a hard brick battery, and what we're doing with this is some experimental sheet repairs, which may allow even a hard brick car to function. And then the one from Connecticut is an engineering issue in the PEM, and we're finishing that up as well.
So that's a PEM overhaul, yeah?
It's a PEM repair that turned into a PEM overhaul, and we're resolving the initial problem.
It would make sense really to do an overhaul for the PEM. So this time you left the PEM in and just put the lid off, right?
In this case, the PEM was already out.
Okay.
You can tell once we've rebuilt it, it has new capacitors.
Yes, I see it from the foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that foam there. Yeah.
It's increasingly difficult to continue to get parts for these PEMs, but our purchasing group has done an excellent job of finding replacement parts.
Yeah.
There was a Panasonic relay, for example, that hasn't been in production for over 5 years. They were able to find a suitable replacement, and oftentimes we find parts that are more robust and actually better than the original parts, like the insulating material.
Yeah.
But again, you get one of these per car. You don't want to defer maintenance in something that's this important. This is the brains of the car.
So this is the radiant red. So guys, you remember one of them is in space, at Elon's one, and that's very typical. It comes with a beige interior, right? It's usually with beige interior with a Tesla sign on it, and that's one the same. That is one of the movie stars where the names we cannot say, right?
Correct.
So, and this happened all the time. So I think they like those cars, and it's now yours, right? So
yes.
you purchased now that car. Yeah. So we do. This is the first trial. What you want to do with this car, your special procedure trial, and then make it survivable, drivable.
Right. Yes, this car will become a test mule, and we'll probably do a report and a video within a couple of months as we make another breakthrough.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you for visiting our service center, and be sure to check out our YouTube site as well, Gruber Motor Company, and our website, grubermotors.com.
That was all about the exciting stories of Tesla Roadsters and where they are, and at the end, every Roadster comes back to Gruber, and you see that it's amazing. And if you like that story, please thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Subscription is important and doesn't cost you anything. It's just a click. And when you click the bell as well, then you'll be informed when the next movie is being online. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure.